Hi, this is Carrie Burgraff, and this is an overview of my course that I developed in Moodle. And I'm using the Quality Matters Higher Education rubric for this course. This course is for adult professionals, so they're going to be participating in a strategic planning implementation initiative. This is for behavioral health professionals, and this particular group has been participating. This is their third year in a different kind of arm of this initiative. So they are familiar with me and some of the processes we normally do. But I was excited to give the Quality Matters standards a try for this one and see where I could make improvements. So some of the dates that you'll see are obviously have already passed because this started in January of this year and ends in September. So I did the first kind of 5 modules running up until pretty much about April of this year. So you'll see January through April. For this video, I'm going to focus on 2 standards. The first standard and the second standard, so course overview and introduction, and the learning objectives. So for the course overview and introduction, I found it really important after a lot of the readings we completed for this class to really have a start here or a welcome place so people kind of could orient themselves to the course and have kind of those clear instructions, learn where to find things, kind of be introduced to the purpose and the structure. So that's what I tried to do here with the Welcome Start Here module. This is the first thing they would see on the page. So I'm asking them to start here and then move on to Module 1. So the Start Here and Module 1 run this first week. So I started with a welcome, what the initiative's about, an introduction to myself. That was one of the substandards within the first set of standards. I also included initiative learning objectives, which I will come back to. The format of the course, so letting them know this will be online and have both synchronous and asynchronous components, so sometimes they will meet. What the required materials are, their participation requirements, what they'll see for each module, so explaining there will be tasks for each module. Deliverables, this is kind of what assignments would be in a normal course, so you'll see the word deliverables pop up, and rubrics, which is kind of how we grade things. They don't receive normal grades, but we do use rubrics for review. And then some technical support, so how they can access technical support if they're having trouble with Moodle, or if they need to request an accommodation to reach out to me. So I tried to use a similar setup for each module, and I think this kind of goes to the course overview and introduction, just so they know kind of where to find things. So I'd kind of try to use headings like this, put everything in similar order. So I always started off with either, kind of when the module will run, what the goals or learning objectives are, the tasks for that module, and then I include, the tasks have each a box down here, so they do have an area where they're going to introduce themselves to one another, and I think that was substandard 1.9 as well. The syllabus really includes a lot of information, a lot of that information from the first standard, required materials, what kind of technology you need, all of those questions. And then I really tried to, organize them in the same way. I have a questions module or questions forum for each module, and a checklist for each module as well, so they can make sure they did what they were supposed to do for the week. So the other thing, the learning objectives for every module. First, for the initiative, I came up with learning objectives, so there are 5 for the overall initiative. But there's also goals or learning objectives for each module as well, and those are clearly listed at the beginning. So I am really excited about how this turned out. I do think it became a lot stronger than it was before. I've definitely found holes and gaps of things that we just haven't communicated, or at least not in writing. And I think that was really helpful to me. I'm just kind of scrolling through some of the modules. You can see kind of just the setup is really similar for each one. So it's expected, it's consistent, they know how to find things. Um, and like I said, everything's linked back to either these goals that are specified or specifically to learning objectives. They always have a task menu. They always have an area for questions. They always have a checklist. Um, and I definitely think that's something that I will continue to do in my future initiatives, and especially that overview, introduction, start here area I think is so important and really sets up the class for success. So that's why I chose to focus on Standard 1, which was course overview and introduction, and Standard 2, which were the learning objectives.